Welcome to the Sanctuary. I'm Kyle, and I'm here to tell you never be afraid to step into the pleasure den of the absurd. Now, I did a full-length video where I was talking about the band Kiss, and it contained a lot of stuff. It's almost half an hour long, and I talk about what albums I liked and my history in listening to the band, talk about that movie they made, and I show off some of the DVDs that I have here in the Sanctuary, and I'll put a link for that in the description if you want to check that out. But I wanted to do a short form video talking about this album, Kiss Alive. This to me would be the one I would recommend to anybody that is a novice. They're interested in hearing the band, but they don't know where to start. I would say start with this, and if you don't like this album, I would suggest not checking anything else out. But this stands up, and of course, yes, it's notorious for being fixed in the studio. Eddie Kramer of Jimi Hendrix and Led Zeppelin fame helped produce this album, and he said that the only music that was actually recorded live that was not touched up was the drums. And, it's the original lineup, and touched up or not, it's a record you want to hear. And, it's a double album, and they give you a booklet, that goes along with it. And this would be a trademark for Kiss. Through the years, they would give you a poster or a booklet like this, with photos and whatnot. And just recently too, in that video, that long form video of Kiss, there's these notes here in the record. I don't know if you can see these, but they're handwritten notes by members of the band. And I remarked in my video that I never really knew if they themselves had actually written their own note. And just like a day or two after posting my long-form Kiss video, TMZ reported that the actual notes were going up for auction. And they were indeed signed by each member of the band. So that's a fun little fact. Let me put this booklet back into the sleeve here, and we'll just give you a quick rundown of the songs. I mean, for me, this is a great album. Besides 2 and 4 really stand out for me. It opens with Deuce, great opener. Strutter, Got to Choose, Hotter Than Hell, Firehouse. It opens strong, goes to side 2 with Nothing to Lose, which I noticed this same version was put on their debut record, which this album here, Alive, contains songs from their first 3 albums, right? And I'm like, how can this version of Nothing to Lose be on that first record? I don't know. They must have altered it after the fact, but it's a good track, and it highlights Peter Criss's great rock and roll vocals, and it goes into Come On and Love Me, Parasite, which is a great riff heavy tune, and then it goes into this song She. And She, for me, is a masterpiece by Kiss. I think this song, as well as many others, highlights the strength of the band, of each member. So Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons and Peter Criss are all singing along, and their voices together really blend well. That's one thing that I always liked about Kiss and always appreciated about the original band, was when they sang together and harmonized, their vocals were really strong. And I mean, it's got the bass, you know, it's got a nice moving bass line. It gets pretty funky at times, and you know, and then here comes Ace Frehley with a nice lyrical guitar solo that, you know, it's great. For me, that song always was a favorite. Side 3 opens with Watching You, goes into 100,000 Years, and then Black Diamond, which again showcases Peter Criss and his great rock and roll voice. I mean, and then side 4, Rock Bottom, Cold Gin, Rock and Roll All Night, and Let Me Go Rock and Roll. This was the first album that I ever bought as a kid. I remember it being the summer after first grade, and it was the drum beat for Rock and Roll All Night. And that's what did it for me, because to me, in my, you know, 5 or 6 year old mind, it was similar to hearing Ringo Starr on Abbey Road, you know. And anyway, it's iconic album, and again, I would recommend it for anybody that wants to start off with Kiss. I think it's a great album on its own. Whether you like the band or not, it's a good one to have. And when I play it here in the sanctuary for people, they always seem to like it. And with that, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And tell me, do you have this record? What are your favorite songs on here? Tell me if you like it or not. Maybe you like Alive 2 better. I don't know. You tell me. So, with that, never be afraid to step into the pleasure den of the absurd.